Zillow says your house is worth X. Your real estate agent says your house is worth Y. Who's right? Who's wrong? We'll talk about it right after this. Welcome back, friends. I'm Kelly Vaughan with the Vaughan team and Keller Williams, and today we're talking about how you come up with the asking price for your house when you're getting ready to sell. First of all, we're going to talk about what does not matter when coming up with your asking price. It does not matter what you paid for your house. It does not matter what your neighbor got for his house over a year ago. It does not matter how much you spent on upgrades to your house. And most importantly, it does not matter what an automated valuation model says your house is worth. So what does matter when looking at your house? What does matter is homes within a certain radius of your house that are within 15% of the size of your house that are as apples to apples a comparison as possible. So your next door neighbor's house that is 1,500 square feet larger than your house with a pool is not necessarily a comparable for your house. What might be a better comparable for your house is a house 2 streets over that is the exact same floor plan as your house with similar upgrades to your house. So let's talk about, from a realtor's perspective, how we come up with what is as close to fair market value for your property as possible. So what we do is it's a combination of looking forward and backward. So you're looking out the windshield and in the rearview mirror. So let's talk about the rearview mirror view first. The best indicator of what your house might bring in today's market is looking at recent sold comparable properties. That is what the appraiser is going to be looking at when he is valuing your home for the bank that is offering the loan to your buyers. But in all honesty, the best estimation of fair market value for your house is what a reasonable buyer and a reasonable seller agree upon for your property. For an appraisal, you're going to look at sales within the last 6 months, and you're going to look at homes within a mile radius of yours. You want homes that are within 15% of the size of your house. You want homes that are built within 1 or 2 years of your property. You want homes that have as many similar upgrades to your property as possible. So if you have a pool, you want to look at other homes that have a pool. If you have a 3-car garage, you want to look at other homes that have a 3-car garage. If you have 2.5 bathrooms, you're going to look at homes that both have 2 bathrooms and 3 bathrooms. Now, bedrooms are important, but those are generally accounted for in the square footage of your house. So a home that has 3 bedrooms and a home that has 4 bedrooms, if they're the same size, are going to be comparables. So you're looking in the past, you're looking at what buyers and sellers agreed upon in the last 6 months. But don't forget that when your house is on the market, it has competition. And the competition is that forward-facing view of the market. So when you're looking out the windshield of your car and you're driving, you're looking at other cars that are on the road. That's exactly what you need to do when coming up with an asking price for your house as well. You need to look at the other homes that are on the market. And you need to make sure that your price is within reason, in line with the other properties on the market. Because what you don't want is you don't want your home to sell your neighbor's home. And what I mean by that is that if your home and your neighbor's home are both on the market at the same time, you don't want your price to be so out of line, so much higher than your neighbor's price, that when people look at your house and your neighbor's house, they see your neighbor's house as a better value. Because, well, this house has 4 bedrooms, this house has 4 bedrooms, this house has 2 bathrooms, this house has 2 bathrooms, but this house is asking $25,000 more than this house. I'm taking this house because it's a better value. So when you're looking at the other homes on the market, you need to put your buyer hat on, and you need to think about it from a buyer's perspective. So if you missed our video on how to get your house ready for market and make sure that your house is winning that first impression rose from buyers, that video is linked right up here. But when you're looking at pricing your house, again, it doesn't matter what you paid for it. It doesn't matter what your neighbor got for his house. Price per square foot does not matter, because price per square foot does not take into account the fact that your kitchen has quartz countertops and you've got nailed down hardwood floors in your house, and it doesn't account for the fact that you've got an extra half bathroom, and it doesn't account for the fact that you've got upgraded appliances in your kitchen. So price per square foot is very misleading, and if I could get consumers to do one thing, it would be to stop looking at price per square foot, because it is not an equalizer. It does not take into account what your house has versus what another person's house has. And it also doesn't take into account your lot. Let's say you back to a creek, or you're on a cul-de-sac, and the neighbor is fronting a busy road. Price per square foot doesn't take that into account. So it doesn't matter what you paid for your upgrades. If you overpaid, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to recoup all of that money, particularly if you paid to put in a swimming pool. With a swimming pool, you're lucky if you get 50% of what you put in. If you want to put in a swimming pool, do it because that is how you want to live in your house. Don't do it thinking that you're going to get, the full $100,000 back that you put in to making your backyard phenomenal with the swimming pool. If you get $50,000, you're doing well on a swimming pool. Do it because that's the lifestyle you want, not necessarily because you expect to get all your money back. So what does matter? In summary, apples to apples comparison. You want to look at recent sales, but you also want to look at what's currently on the market. So those are what realtors look at, and sometimes what appraisers look at when coming up with approximate value for your house. But ultimately, what it boils down to is if a reasonable buyer and a reasonable seller can come to terms on the price of a house, that's what the house is worth. So, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day. Be kind to each other, and we'll see you next time. Bye.